Good morning, subscribers. It's the 29th of March 2017. It's Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. here in Sydney. And welcome to episode 10. Wow, 10 of Complex Humans. Today we have Lumiere in, and she's in the Hills District of Sydney. How are you, Lumiere?
I'm doing fine. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm doing well. It's like a midweek, and it's been a busy week, but it's all good. It's all
Yeah.
good. You have an interesting name. It reminds me of the Lumiere brothers who invented cinema in Paris back in the day.
Oh, it's actually not my real name, but I like it. It's like my display name, Lumiere.
It means life.
But you can call me Lumi, whatever. Yeah, it's fine.
So, what would you like to talk about today?
Well, I sort of been thinking about it, but then I don't know. But this morning, I was thinking about life lesson.
Hmm.
You know how we all have our life lesson. And I guess it's different.
Mm.
And so we can maybe sort of you and me can talk about our life lessons. What's the biggest lessons that we are supposed to learn in this lifetime? Um,
Yeah.
our past experiences and what's clear to us right now in a moment, and what we can then take it for the future. That
Mm.
we can have better choices because we are awakened more to what happened in the past and our actions and people's actions towards us and things like that.
Mm. Is there something recently that happened in your life that you consider to be a life lesson for you?
Yeah, I think during these few years,
Mm-hmm.
it just sort of like the universe has given me hard lessons.
Mm,
That's
okay.
just in a few years, starting I think probably 2012, and that just like it's, it's like an intense schooling sort of thing. Um,
Yeah, intensive schooling. Yeah.
yeah, that's happened to you. Like probably happening to many people. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, to me, it's similar but different. Like for many years, I was like a lone wolf. Like I'm just alone and I'm fine with that. And it took a conscious effort on my part to be more connected to people instead of flying under the radar and detaching because it's safer
Yeah,
if I'm just in my own space. If you know what I mean.
it's very easy to detach and
Yeah, yeah,
just to be in your underworld and live. Even though it's beautiful, though I find to have my own thoughts and my own, but it is important to relate to other people, I guess. And it's
yeah, and yeah.
hang out.
What did you say?
It's nice to have these hangouts and talk to different people, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So what were you learning with the relationship lessons you've had in the past few years?
It's very complicated, but I
Mhm.
guess searching for my own happiness
Yeah. Hmm.
and not needing validations, or because I'm very romantic. I'm very romantic,
Yeah, yeah,
very
yeah.
soft, very sensitive, and I've always wanted to, like, I don't know, feel special somehow. But
Yeah.
it is for me to find that for me that I am special for me and find my uniqueness,
Mm.
not having someone else to recognize that or to see
Mm.
as who I am. I'm supposed to be finding who I am and not, so I was like, the past few years, I was attracted to experiences where um, like connecting with other people sort of deeply in the
Hmm.
soul level, but not knowing that I'm supposed to be romancing myself, not romancing, soul connections. There was too deep. Where
Mm,
then it left me, it's just like left me really feeling really dark. I don't know
mm.
if you can relate to that.
So what I'm getting is sometimes you tend to lose yourself when you're in a relationship.
Exactly. It's a simple way to put it. But when I experience, it's not that simple. You see, I think it's
Yeah.
rooted back to the childhood,
Mm,
abandonment and sense of that. But I know that these experiences happen to me so that
mm,
I can go in a deeper healing to
mm.
heal everything from back when I was little. So this is for the deep healing that I'm supposed to be experiencing, and I've been doing well, I think.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I'm not complaining, even though the
Yeah.
experiences were really painful. Yeah, so I hope that maybe other people can also relate to my experiences, what I'm talking about, that there's always silver linings to every painful experience, and it's just the best thing.
Yeah. It's like it makes us who we are, like sometimes I don't know, the culture or maybe media tends to paint a picture that we should all, like when you look at Instagram and Facebook, if you just look at the feed, everyone's always happy, but that's not exactly telling the whole truth of life. We're up and down. It's part of being human. We go in.
Absolutely. I'm glad you said that because sometimes I feel so yucky and crabs and
Yeah.
I
There's,
think that we all have to experience all different range of emotions, and
yeah,
like bigger picture is good, you know what I mean? But when you feel it, you just like, and you can't really, well, I've got a guess.
okay, okay, okay.
Can I
We
come back
could.
in 5 minutes?
Okay, yeah, sure, sure, sure.
Do you wanna stop or?
We could just you can just get go for your guest, and I'll just talk about.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting what Lumiere is saying is quite. I think everyone at some stage in their life um, battles through this. It's like we want we want connection, we want relationships, but at the same time we want to know who we are. So we don't want to get lost in the relationship and forget who we are. Although sometimes that's nice too for a moment to get lost and be out of control. But then there's also the need to come back, and that's what I've been finding out in my own life is I need to check inside myself and also be connected to someone outside. So it's like always going in and going out. So it's loving out, but also loving in. Because sometimes I just tend to love out and then go, "Whoa, what did I do? Am I doing this because I want to do it, or because I want to please my lover?" And then I get lost, and then I get resentful, and then it affects the relationship. I was just talking about this years back. I was just talking about my own experience of, I want to be connected with people in relationships, but sometimes by doing that, tend to forget who I am, what I want, and I become resentful, and that distorts the whole relationship. So for me, what works is to continually check inside, love in, and then love out, love in, love out. It's dynamic. It's like with life, it cannot really be fixed at all times. I mean, it's good to be fixed at certain points in life, but then life will just give us a lesson to get out of that being fixated. Is that your experience too, Lumiere?
That's what you describes is absolutely what's happening with me, or well, the past experiences that I experienced. So that's what I'm learning to love in and love out.
Yeah,
Balance. Thank you.
yeah, yeah. And then there's also a point in my personal development where I, s- I just stopped blaming other people now. Like I've recognized that no one can hurt me if I don't let them. It's like I should define my own boundaries and take care of, we people work with the inner with our inner child, my inner child. I should take care of that delicate part of me. It's not someone else's job to do that. It should be my I should be the first point of call to take care of that. Because otherwise, if I abdicate my responsibility to do that, then I'll just get hurt all the time. Is that your experience too? Like,
Absolutely. Yes, I can absolutely relate to that. And
can you say more?
yes, yeah, yeah, exactly the same one. And I feel like, sometimes I feel like, well, why am, at this age I'm learning this, but it's never too late. You can be any age to learn about this. Um, but exactly the same experiences. What happened to you?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
good.
I was just talking about this to a friend. Like, they should teach this in school. Like,
I'm. Don't you no, because well, I feel like well, because I'm Asian
hmm
and the culture seems to be, you have to sacrifice yourself. You have to be a
yeah,
mom to your family, to your community, your circle of friends. I mean, that's a culture in me as well, to please people. But you don't blame a culture, you don't blame anyone, because it's part of your growth and part of your life lessons. But it is true. Um, and I was part of a religious community as well. So that's played a big part of what I believe to be right or wrong. That you have to share your life. You have to share your life. You have to share, everything, that people know everything about you. And the more you share your life, the better. But yeah, like you said, we have to keep some boundaries and know who we are and the kind of people that you know, your healthy circle and kind of people you want to hang out with, and it's fine to sort of peacefully walk away from the people that you don't feel that you can align to or connect to, and that's fine. I mean, you can just love everyone, but you have to discern which connections are healthy for you, I think.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, and yeah. Another lesson related to that is like I can only be a full yes if I can also be a full no. Like if I'm yes all the time, then is that a real yes? If I haven't exercised my right to say no, you know? And it's
Yeah.
funny, like kids are very good at this. Like they know what they don't want. Yet but I think what happens is we try to kill that out of them of kids. We should follow what mommy wants instead of kids will say no. And then we try to stamp on that instead of really engaging with that. They're exercising their boundaries. And I think we should look at that as this human being is exercising her own being, and instead of trying to straight away condition her to conform to society. I mean, there's a need to have knowledge to navigate the culture, but to straight away dampen that free spirit, I think that's not a good thing. And I'm also Asian, and it took years and years of hard work to
Yeah.
be able to. It's not get rid of it. I can never get rid, and I love my heritage, but to be able to step out of it and not be controlled by it, to use it and voluntarily be in it, but at the same time I could detach from it when I need to. I think that's what is important, and it took me a long time. And I'm still learning. It's interesting.
Yeah, I like the word that you use, to navigate.
Yeah,
Navigate, meaning you don't sort of leave your culture, because it's beautiful to be Asian, to be, who I am inside. But it is true, the culture, the dark side of the culture tend to actually put you in a cage. If you're a free spirit, they tend to feel like, well, I was called a rebel when I was younger. My mom called me a rebel and told everyone that I was a rebel.
that's
I was
cool.
born with that. I was born with that kind of free spirit, and I was also different. Yeah, well, I like that, to navigate, meaning you can still be in the culture. I have a good relationship with my mom, even though she still thinks like that about me.
Yeah, yeah,
I can
and
see the beauty of her.
yeah,
Um, that's true.
It's like a
Like
play.
also the healing of the inner child is to heal your inner
Mm,
child. So you'll be able to then discern and to follow your heart.
mm,
Because when you are a part of like strict religions or something, they sort of tell you what's the right what's right and what's wrong. And then you just learn not to follow your heart. Yeah.
mm,
But I agree with you. I'm glad we
mm.
talked about this and not the only one, I guess. A lot of people might
Yeah,
maybe Asian, I don't know. Oh, but probably not only Asians. It's plenty of people experience same.
yeah. It's like that. Like
But it's,
when I was
mm,
growing up, I thought, poor me, and I have all these bad things, or I don't have this, I don't have that. And then I became close to friends, and they opened up to me. And even though I think, oh, they're luckier than me, but then they have their own different kind of problems. So yeah, like yeah, it's everyone. I think everyone has things to work on in this life. You know, it's part
yeah,
of being here.
this is true. Mm.
Yeah, and I think it was Slavoj Zizek who says that really the only really common thing we have as humans is our own struggles. So everyone has struggles, and
Mm.
that's the only common thing because we can believe different things, we can eat different food, and that's all good in terms of having this diversity. But the common thing is that we all there's always a struggle because resources are finite, time is finite, yet we want so many things. So there's always restrictions, even though we kind of live in an abundant phase of civilization right now. We still have problems of inequality and all that. So yeah, and there's something beautiful about the struggle. It's like the seedling. The seed has to rot the skin. It has to push through the soil. You know, it has to do that. It's part of the being alive, right?
That's so true.
Mm.
I feel that. I feel like you talk about the seed pushing through the soil. I think that's yeah, that's I feel like that a lot. It's
Nice.
because like you have so much beliefs that you accumulated since birth, I guess. And
Mm.
then now that your soul wants to, to awake and explore yourself. I had a lot for years the inner wars inside of me,
Mm.
and it's just to share all the old beliefs. It's painful to do that, I guess, and you're by yourself. There's no one you can talk to.
Mm.
So you know, for you to say no, and there's just like it's just a war. What if you lose your friends? What if they don't like you anymore? What if you die alone? What if But
Mm.
that's not all not true. You can be who you are, and you can still be loved, and so much loved.
Yeah, yeah. And that's your gift. That's your gift to the universe is being who you are because I very much agree with the view that all this thing, all creation, the universe, all the it's happening right now is life knowing itself. So it's like the creation as it unfolds, it's doing it because it wants to know itself, and I'm a
Oh,
part of that. And if I don't be true to myself, then I'm not being true to that to the movement of creation. You know, like in in esoteric sciences or in Gnosticism, they say, do what the devil does, but not what he says.
ah,
Because if you think about it, the devil is just doing what he's supposed to do, right?
yeah.
He's so he has a role to play, right? There's darkness and there's light. So he's playing his role. So I should do like him. I should play my own role, whatever that is. But don't listen to him because he will try to get me out of my proper place.
Ah, I
Whisper
like
to me.
that.
Yeah, he will whisper to
I
me,
like
you're not
that.
good to do this. You're not good enough. You have to be like the other people instead of listening to my own voice. That's what the devil's whispering. But I
Ah,
shouldn't really hate the devil. He's just performing his own role in the scheme of
I
things.
like that a lot. Something for me to think about. Beautiful.
Yeah.
That just described it perfectly.
That's awesome. That's good. It feels good to sort of end here. Is there anything else you want to say before we end this episode?
No, that's all, I guess. Had so much fun talking to you.
Yeah. Yeah, we should do this again and see
Especially
if,
at me. Yeah.
yeah. Cool. So thank you, Lumiere,
No
for,
problem. Thank you.
being vulnerable and sharing what you've went through. And thank you, folks, for watching. And remember, please share if you find this episode useful. I hope other people would find the courage to share their life story and be part of the unfolding of the creation. Don't be afraid to be yourself. It sounds simple, but it's harder. It's hard. It's really hard, but it's simple. It's not complicated, but it's not easy. So anyway, so thank you very much. And if you found this video by serendipity, please subscribe in YouTube so that you can know when the next episodes come up. And on that note, thank you, Lumiere, and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.
No problem. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.